Hello, 10-minute book talkers. Katherine Reay here with Rachel Linden and Marie Bostwick, and we have a really special guest today. Hank Phillippi Ryan is the author of 14 suspense novels, USA Today bestselling novels, and incredibly award-winning. She's also an investigative reporter for Boston's WHDH-TV. And that is definitely going to come into some of our questions today. But we're here talking about her latest release, The House Guest. I read it, could not put it down, and I can't wait for you to hear a little about it too. So Hank,
also seen it everywhere.
I know it is everywhere.
I've been seeing that everywhere. I want your copy. Or
People are dressing up with the sunglasses.
Oh, I tried.
Oh, I love that.
So my picture is
Yes,
more.
I know. Katherine was great.
I'll do another with a proper hat. Hank, tell us a little bit about the story.
Well, thank you all. This is marvelous to be here. There was a thing on Twitter that said, can you describe your book in 5 words? Do it fast. So I thought, okay, I can totally do that. So The House Guest is greed, betrayal, divorce, best friendship, and revenge. Greed, betrayal, divorce, best friendship, and revenge. And then there was a thing on Facebook that says, because you have more characters, can you describe the book in 5 phrases? So I thought, sure, I can do that. So a gorgeous house in Osterville, a terrible and shocking divorce, a bizarrely sympathetic FBI agent, a brand new best friend, and an emerald necklace. So 2 smart women facing off in a high-stakes psychological cat and mouse game to prove their truth about a terrible betrayal. But which woman is the cat and which woman is the mouse? So bottom line, it's sort of Gaslight meets Thelma and Louise meets Strangers on a Train, and that is The House Guest.
Love it.
That's
the
amazing.
best.
How is anyone not going to watch
ever
it?
heard?
How is anyone ever going to sleep until they get to the end of that? Amazing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So obviously this book is full of twists and turns and surprises. Hank, how do you come up with that? Do you plot it all out before you start? Do you know exactly where you're going? You know, what's your roadmap like? Or are you open to detours? Or do you expect detours?
Marie, a roadmap. There is no roadmap. Forget about the roadmap. I have no idea what's going to happen, truly, until the next word and the next sentence and the next paragraph. No idea. And I think, what people say, well, the twists and turns, you really surprised me. I'm like, yeah, wasn't that a surprise? I mean, who thought that would happen? So it's kind of the magic. It's kind of sometimes I feel like I'm channeling the characters. Obviously, sometimes I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing and whose idea was this. And maybe I've written a mystery that I can't solve. You know, you set up the whole story and then you think, 7/8 of the way through, better figure out who done it. So it's exciting. It's a challenge. It's definitely a tightrope to write without an outline. But I sort of trust that. I mean, you were saying, Katherine, that I've been a television reporter for a long time. I sort of trust that I know how to tell a story after all those years. We know what a story is. And so I don't want you to be able to put the book down. I don't want you to turn off my stories on TV. So it's all about suspense and challenge. And I'm telling you, storytelling is about decisions. And every time I remember this, that a good story is what someone wants, how far they will go to get it, why, and what will happen if they fail. And that's what a story is. And so that's what I keep in mind as I'm like clawing my way through the unknown of the book.
Wow. Stories is all about decisions. Okay. All you wannabe writers who are watching, write that down.
You've just been given gold.
You just had a master class.
Recipe for a great story. Okay. So Hank, you are an investigative reporter. How does that inform your storytelling and what kind of synergy do you have between the two?
Yeah, great question. I've been a television reporter for 43 years and I've won, I know, and I've won 37 Emmys for investigative reporting. And I think that there is no better training for writing crime fiction than being an investigative reporter. You have a character you care about in every story. You have a problem that needs to be solved. You track down clues and follow leads. You want the good guys to win and the bad guys to get what's coming to them. And in the end, you want some justice and you want to change the world a little bit. right? It's the same. It's a story with a beginning, middle, and an end. So whether I'm doing an investigative story or whether I'm making stuff up for crime fiction, that template is the same. That metabolism, that rhythm is the same. It's all about telling a compelling story. And whether I'm making it up for crime fiction or doing an investigative story for TV, it's the same thing. So the synergy is complete. It's absolutely wonderful. Couldn't be a better training ground.
That's amazing. Okay, I am going to make a little vote that I think we should now make this right now, the 60-minute book talk, so that we can talk to Hank, because she's giving us so much amazing.
I know. It's so true.
It's gold. Fabulous.
Okay, so though I'm going to ask a question, because this I think will be gold too. You do have a thriller here that touches upon betrayal and divorce and the dark side of these things, and dark side of a quick best friendship. What do you want readers to walk away with?
Like, it's interesting, because I think that although it is, I'm hoping, a fast-paced, thrilling, propulsive, twisty mystery thriller type suspense thing, the heartbeat of the book is really Alyssa. I always get her name wrong because I'm onto a new book, but Alyssa, who is the main character of the book, discovering how to regain her equilibrium when her entire world has changed. We meet her when she is in the depths of despair. She has lost her power. And the book is about how any of us who are harmed or vulnerable or have our hearts broken or the floor ripped out from under us, how do we get up and be empowered? How do we start over? And what is the meaning of trust? And what is the meaning of friendship? And what is the meaning of loyalty? That is all in this book. I mean, it's a thriller, okay? But underneath that is every person who has ever been harmed trying to get their lives back. And in the end, Alyssa struggles and maybe wins to find her own power. And the book is about finding your own power after heartbreak.
So I will say before my next question that I did love this book. And I will say, you're right. You have this thriller and you have this roller coaster of a ride, but you play Alyssa's journey so expertly and slowly, and you unfold it so beautifully that you're correct. I believe her journey. So kudos to you, because you do have two different tracks going at different speeds, and they blend together beautifully. So well done on that. I love that slow evolution of Alyssa's character.
And what my goal in the end, as you were saying, is to have people almost have tears in their eyes at the end. I mean, I always cry a little bit at the end, and I know that means the music of the novel is right, that the theme of the novel has emerged, and I got it. And exactly, Katherine, I hope that when people read it, as you asked, they feel that too, that sort of, that's exactly what should have happened. Also, I never saw that coming, but that's exactly what should have happened.
Nice. Okay, so what's next? You said you're moving on to your next book. Can we get a little insight into it?
The book is due tomorrow.
Oh, thank you for spending today with us.
For talking with us.
I'm very, I'm very excited about it. It's called, I'll tell you, right now, it's called One Wrong Word. And it's about a crisis management expert who has to solve a crisis of her own. She's been unfairly accused of having an affair with the client, but she didn't. And how can she fight this lie? And that is what One Wrong Word is about, the power of lies and the power of persuasion, and how risky it is to spend your life trying to convince people that something is true. What if that turns against you? So we'll see if that works. I'm almost to the end.
Amazing. Sounds amazing. All right. So my last question always is, what's bringing you joy today, Hank? Probably your dead.
When I'm finished, it'll be really joyful.
Yeah, enjoy.
Because then there's the moment of, I wonder if this is really good, right? But I will just embrace the joy. But truly today, my husband and I have lived in this house for 27 years. And every year around this time of year, wild ducks come to our backyard and live in our pool until the pool opens. The pool is covered with a tarp and it fills with rainwater and melted snow. And every year about this time, the ducks come back.
Yeah.
And the ducks are back, Flo and Eddie. We named them Flo and Eddie because of water, Flo and Eddie, although it's the turtles. They're back, and it's magical because they've got to be the same ducks, because one of us has trained the other so well that they come to the back door
Mhm.
and peck on the door. So we'll come out and feed them. Eddie
Oh, wow.
comes to the back door and goes, ping. She's very polite with her little beak, just goes, ping, 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 and I come out and feed her. So that gives me joy every day. And the tulips are out. The tulips that we planted in November, the bulbs are just bursting all over the place. So our front yard and backyard is a riot of color with the ducks walking through the tulips. And what could be better than that?
What could be
That's
better?
spectacular. That is amazing. Well, Hank, thank you so much for being with us today. All the best on your deadline. And everyone, go out and grab The House Guest. It is a thriller. It is, there's just some real great depth to it. It is a gorgeous novel. Enjoy. So thanks so much for being with us on the 10-Minute Book Talk, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.